Hello everybody and a very good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us on what has been a terrific Tuesday. It's been so busy. You guys have loved all of the shows so far today, not least for the fact that we have had a brand new launch, the Once Upon a Time collection, which has been so super popular. There's good news and bad news on this collection in the fact that, well, a lot of the showstopper stock has gone. Good news is we do still have some stock available for you, and you know what, as much as there's loads and loads of other great goodies to come your way on launch party this evening, we will be kicking off with that because we want to give those of you the opportunity who haven't yet seen this collection, indeed haven't bought this collection, the opportunity to jump in and grab it, because it will be, I think, your last chance on this show. Before we dive into that though, I've got loads of business to tell you about, like for example our spring sale continues on the website, up to 70% off a huge variety of items. Think stamps, think dies, think embossing folders, think papers, think card, think soft craft. That's the official line, but if you do click on the spring sale logo on the web, you will find a little section where there's 80% off. I don't know why they've told us to say 70 when it's 80, but Anyway, I'm just doing what I'm told. So that is all there. National Craft Month continues as well with some amazing deals. Another 10 days of that to go. And in case you did not know, it is Totally Tiffany's 20th birthday, as we were talking about earlier on. Not actually Tiffany, Totally Tiffany, the brand's 20th anniversary. So we are celebrating in style by giving you 20% off the range on the website right now. But that all those deals will end at midnight this evening. We have got loads of you already in and watching. Apologies if you hear the noisy neighbours in studio too, because Sarah is over on Hobby Maker in there. But stick with us, this is where all the fun's going to be. This is where we're going to be talking about this amazing collection, Once Upon a Time. And I couldn't wish for, if the fairy godmother was here and said, "Ooh, who would you like to present the final show of the day with you?" I would say, please, fairy godmother, can it be Craig? And as if by magic, there he is!
Magic, just like that.
Just like, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you very much. Raring to go again. We had a really, really awesome wake-up call show, and now we're back for launch party.
What
As
collection?
Ben was saying, we're going to be focusing on with this whole collection here because it is gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's magical, it's mystical, it's fairy tale, it's once upon a time that you can then start to set the scenes. So if you love to do your dimensional cards, if you love to do your dome cards, theatre cards, K cards, pop-up cards.
Yeah.
If you want to do your gift bags, I know some of these are demonstrations that Sarah done earlier on in launch day. Now you can be doing, kind of your story books if you want. I mean, look at that one, isn't that?
That was a demo of the show.
Was it? Not so right over there. So this one here is the finished one. So we've also then got the fact that you can create your aperture. So you've got your aperture Once Upon a Time, so you've got your papers there that we're going to go over just shortly. You've got the swans within these ones here. But I love that silhouette princess that you've got. You've got Ben's favourite there, the water fountain. The fountain that you've got here. And just lots of scope for dimension. You've got lots of different aspects that you can come in and create that background, that foreground. That one with the carriage away in that background there. But then, of course, then you've got all of the extra detail, minute little detail that always is going to add to that focal. What about maybe doing little party bags or gift bags? You can see within these ones here.
Yeah.
We're going to do something later on, something along the same lines as this card here. We're going to go in with our diorama theatre cards, in with the fountain as well. But you've got your florals, you've got organza ribbon. I'm going to go through it all just shortly. But then talking about your K cards and your pop-out cards, if you want to start using the boards from your Ultimate Pro, start to combine these ones together. I mean, the depth within that one literally is a story that you're telling all the way throughout. You've got the silhouette of the prince and the princess right in that backdrop you can see there. But then what we can then also do is go in, because this is the first time we've done our square pigment ink pads when it comes to this collection here. What about an embossing folder with the slippers there? Go in with your Stay Sticky glue pen. You've got glitter, your fairy dust, I should say, within this collection. Then if you want to do all your fold backs, Z fold cards, all of these ones you can do as well. And then there's another one made into a shaker from that fountain as well. Lots of other finished samples that we'll show you later on, because the design team had an absolute field day when it came to this collection, but it literally is jam-packed full, and I'm not surprised that we are just kind of, on...
Where are we?
We're at squeaky bum levels when it comes to the numbers.
He summed it up pretty well, actually. It is squeaky bum time. Let's get the details up for your other showstopper, and I'll not beat about the bush here. And we perhaps later on in the show, if we get a chance, there is what we've called a mega bundle available for you, which if you bought that individually with the paper pad bundle and then bought that individually with the embellishment bundle, would bring you the showstopper. But we'll talk more around that later on. What you need to realise is this is the showstopper where you get everything. Everything that Craig will show you in just a few moments' time, from the paper pads to the beautiful iridescent fairy dust that you've got in here, to the, exclusive colours as far as those shimmer inks are concerned. There's dies, there's embossing folders, there's stamps, and more in this set. This is everything, right? And this is the collection that everyone's been going for. £110.40 is the platinum price. $144, so that's your free shipping, of course, taken care of as well, and 250 bonus points when you go for the showstopper. That, for me, really, really makes this a special bundle. And because we spanned the wheel earlier, our wheel of deals, you'll also get your free gift added into the basket there too, and that comes on any spend over 10. But the showstopper collection is the one you want to go for. We are approaching limited stock. This is why we wanted to bring it and start with it on this show, because we want to give you the opportunity to grab it before it disappears. And here's the thing. Once this does sell out, and it will sell out, you will still be able to get smaller bundles. You'll not be able to get everything. I think, from memory, it's the stamp set that you will see with Craig in just a few moments' time that will sell the bundle out. And then when that goes, we will create smaller bundles, but you won't be able to get everything at this price. So if you do want to get everything, you need to be jumping in. We are teetering on the edge of limited stock. It will happen in this show, and I will keep you up to date with all the facts and figures, all the numbers that you need. The one other thing that I would say, and again, we will flash the details up as we go here, get the showstopper. Most people have added into their basket extras of the card stock and the 12x12 paper pad, and extras of the sparkle embellishment pack as well. And again, we'll go into more detail about that a little bit later, but get this because it is teetering on the point of limited stock. But what's in the bundle, Craig?
Lots.
Yes.
Lots and lots. Two things that you've not seen within a collection before. But let's have a look. One of my favourite dies out of all of it is that Once Upon a Time. I love that script work, that font work when you've got that Once Upon a Time. So you can then be using that, of course, with this collection. But think of any of your other collections that you've got that would work a treat with. You've got You Are Magical. Now, we know by now that I love our sentiment dies where we give you the stamp and the die together. So we've got that one that could be magical completely on its own, but then you've got You Are as a stamp. So you've got You Are Magical. You've then got your Fairy Tale Carriage. Now, this one, whenever you use it, please do emboss it afterwards with your rubber embossing mat, because you've got all that embossing detail right within the center here. So nothing will really happen with that unless you put your embossing mat, and that's going to push that detail out. Can you imagine going in with your silver mirror card, or maybe just going in with some of maybe your gems into the center there, or, you know, little flowers from the flower forming foam just round the edge? What about even going in with some of your orange cardstock and start to create a pumpkin-esque feel to the carriage as well?
Yeah,
you know, you can
idea.
start to do that, of course. Then what we've also got is our Happily Ever After. Now, obviously, yes, we're thinking prince and princess, but then that could be for a wedding, or it could be an anniversary, or it could just be a celebration where the couple are doing their dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe you've got your parents or grandparents or auntie and uncle, maybe dancing lesson tickets.
Well, I was just thinking
something.
that maybe they've just, they've started taking up dancing.
Yeah, and that could be like maybe on the front of the little ticket envelope that you're going to make. You've then got the princess silhouette. Really enjoy using this one here, and because with this one what you've got is you kind of got the skeleton elements from the ball gown or the dress or however it is you're going to be using this die. This one here, go onto the back with your fabrics, maybe any of your lace work, or maybe just your tiny little flower forming. Maybe you're going to go in with your glitters and your glues and start to then just decorate it that way, so you've got that feel to it. Or, as you'll see just shortly, you can create a backdrop with your linen card. We've then got the ditzy blooms. These are going to be one of those sets that sit on my craft desk all the time, Ben, and I'm going to be using them throughout different projects. So you've got the 4 of them. You've then got your elegant archways. Now, the reason I also really love this one is instead of giving you a full arch already completed, what you've got is you can build your own.
Yeah.
Now, this is how it can look, but then if you want to have 3-pillar or 4-pillar, you can do. If you maybe want to use maybe just kind of like the plinth on its own, you can do. You've got all the ivory work as well.
Build your own Roman temple out of that,
Of course you could, absolutely.
Pillars you've got there.
Absolutely. And then if you have been, you know, to the temples, or you've been to Egypt or anything along those lines, changing the colour, and I know I say it all the time, but changing the colour can make it look completely different.
Yeah.
So going from fairy tale Once Upon a Time to, of course, any of your statues, or of course if you're going to go to Egypt or anything like that, great for your scrapbook pages. Then you've got your fabulous fountain.
Oh, this is brilliant.
So you've got the fabulous fountain here, lots of depth all the way around with that foliage, or you might want to start to snip into it, chop into it, go in with your glossy highlights. It is a cut in or cut out die, so you've got that versatility as well. So maybe you're going to go into a box lid or maybe the corner of a scrapbook page. Then I think this was the stamp set you were on about, was it?
Yeah, so this is what's going to sell out the showstopper, yeah.
Every day is a fairy tale. Have a magical day. You've got leave a little sparkle wherever you go. You've got have an enchanting day. May all your dreams come true. Just a few that you've got there. 10 in total. Yeah, it is 10 stamps in total.
Yeah.
You've got. Then we've also got our Make-A-Wish. Now I think that so many of you are going to be using that fairy die many times over, all throughout your crafting cards and projects. But then you've got those stamps as well. So you've got the stars, you've got the tiny little dots, you've got the little flourishes swirl in there as well as Make-A-Wish. And then you've also got May all your wishes come true.
Aww.
A really nice one, isn't it?
That's cute.
It really is. But you know what I like as well? They're nice and diddy, Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
You do know what I mean? They're not overly big, they're not mediocre, they're a nice small kind of element to the sentiment. Then we've also got our fairy tale kingdom. Now, earlier on I was saying, anything like this, great that the two work together, but if you use the stamps on their own, come in with your mascot sheet, and then you could go from that fairy tale kingdom, and that could be a great big kingdom if you want to be, just extend it with your masking sheets. Or of course, yes, you've got your princess there, but that could be for a 21st, it could be a sweet 16, you know, it could be for prom card if you want to. Absolutely, doesn't necessarily have to be all about the princess. You've got the slipper there as well. Then I love the enchanted rose. Straight away, shut up, George. You've got Beauty and the Beast. Now, I know it's obviously nothing to do with the Beauty and the Beast story. However, you can see that straight away. You think that straight off the bat, Beauty and the Beast. You've got that rose encapsulated within that cylinder there. So you've got that one. Then you've got your slipper. So that last one there, that was 4x6.
He didn't sing it in Sarah, do you know that?
Oh, did he not?
No, he dared sing it in Sarah's ear.
Yeah.
He sang it in your ear all
the
day.
time.
Yeah.
All the time. Then you've got your 5x7, so you've got your slipper. Now, I love how that just curves all the way down that corner there. You've got that ivory work, that floral work as well, but then you've got the depth when it comes to the slippers. Both the folders are 2D folders, but by gosh, you've got some great detail when it comes to each and every one of them. Then, for the first time, we've got 4 of our pearl pigment ink pads.
And brand new to this set as well.
Absolutely. Brand spanking new to this collection here. So this one, with it being your pigment, you can go over the top with your embossing powders, but that's how they look once you go straight over onto your cardstock and let them dry. What about some fairy dust?
Oh, yes, please.
We've got our fairy dust. So this is how it comes.
Yeah.
This is how it looks as it is naturally onto your white cardstock, but then this is how it looks when you start to incorporate it on top of your pigment ink pads. Or of course that could be any colour ink, any colour cardstock, any colour pattern paper, but you've got that chameleon look, that aurora borealis feel to all of them as well, so it picks up whatever colour it is sitting on. So that's how it's going to look, but that's how it can start to change. I mean, that one, it's sort of like that oil on water effect that you can see down there with your deep purple. Then what we've got is we've got our organza ribbon. So we've got our 9 reels in total. We've got our 3 with our pink, 3 with our white, 3 with our purple as well.
Yeah.
And don't forget, certainly when it comes to the white and pink, go in with your alcohol pens, change the colour. Go in with your pigment ink pads, change the colour as well if you want to. You can do that. Then another thing that we've never seen before in any of our collections, we have then got our embellishment, gems and pearls here. Now each of these, so you've got 5 separate ones and all of them are one continuous big swirl. So you've got 2 with the pearls, you've got 2 with the gold gems, and then you've got 1 with the silver. Now you can...
You mean the swirly puddles?
The swirly pearls.
Oh.
The swirly pearls. Then what you've also got is the ability to chop into them, and that's what I've been doing. I haven't necessarily used these all as one continuous swirly pearl. What I have done is I've gone in and chopped into them, so they're individual pearls if you want it to be.
So you've made smaller, curly, swirly puddles.
I have indeed, yeah, with my pigment pearl ink pads. with the pearl ones, and certainly even the silver ones, change the colours again with your alcohol pens. You can do that. Then, here we go. Let's go, Ben. Let's go. This is my absolute favourite. You guys know it by now.
Linen cardstock, he loves it.
Linen. We've got our linen cardstock here. Now, the most beautiful, gorgeous, enchanted fairy tale collection of colours here. You've got 24 sheets of these ones, 250 GSM. Now, Ben, any of your Centura Pearl you've got at home is going to work an absolute treat. But I just think with this one, when it comes to linen cardstock, you've got, of course, that more, when I say muted effect compared to Centura Pearl, but having that texture against that fairy tale feel, it just works a treat. Cut it, emboss it, ink it, spritz it. You can do that if you want to. Pink, fuchsia, your two greens, and then you've got your deep lilac as well as your purple. So you've got all of that. Then what we've got is our 6x6, and we've also got our 12x12 as well.
One of the best paper pads you've ever done?
So many people are saying that,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And if you are joining us for one of the very first shows, then what we will tell you is your 6x6 is exactly the same as your 12x12. It's just been shrunk down. What we mean by that, if I go in with the first page here, what you'll maybe find other companies in the past is they will chop up their 12x12.
What, and just get like a corner of it?
Yes, yeah. So they would chop this up and then just put those four into a pad. So it doesn't really work.
No.
It doesn't really work. Whereas what we do is we scale it down. So it's exactly the same image, exactly the same detail, but just on that smaller scale. So 12x12, I mean, luxurious when it comes to that once upon a time. Now, if we go from the back to the front this time, now, depth, the detail, you're going to continuously see and find something different every single time. So you've got them that are double-sided, so that is one of them. But if I flip this one around, which is actually the double-sided version of that, what you are going to find, if you look deep into the background, that is what you're going to find on the opposite side.
I've just spotted, I never saw that, and then they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, and you've got that watermark effect.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Even by the third show of the day, you're starting to see something different.
I haven't already seen.
Each time.
Yeah.
So you've got multitudes of the different images within these ones here. So you are getting 36 sheets in total. Now you've got a lot of ones that have got florals within them, but once again, look deep into the background. You've got that enchanted castle all the way there. Go in and snip into them if you want to, and then that is the opposite side of it.
Yeah.
So if you love your fold backs, tea bag foldings, all these different effects, you can do that. Then if we go into our next one, it's my favourite one.
Ah, yes.
My favourite one out of all of them there. You've got the Prince and Princess over the bridge there, the swans underneath. Even for me, I'm thinking of the Home Alone 2 bridge in New York. Anything like that, so of course I always think of Home Alone 2. But then you've got right down in the bottom, Once Upon a Time. So you've got the layers of all the woodwork. You've then got the tree trunks, you've got that book there, but you've got the toadstool as well. All of that, and then of course on the opposite side, you've then got that more subtler design.
Yes.
Then if we go through, we'll go through a bit quicker now. What we've got, again, another one here that I love, whereas you've got the silhouette of the Prince and Princess, the castle away into that backdrop that you can see, but then look at all this white work that you're getting within the swirls. There's your swans. So that finished sample we showed you earlier on with the 6x6 version of the swans. Yeah. There's now the 12x12 version. Another one with lots of florals there, and you can see you've got your roses reds, you've got your lilacs, you've got whites, but then you've got your greens. This one, as I said earlier on, it reminds me, although it's been many years since I've seen it, it reminds me of the opening sequence of The Little Mermaid, where you've got that mottled effect, and you can just see King, whatever his name is, Ariel's dad, the castle anyway, way in that background there.
Is this you saw Neptune? No, is it Neptune?
Is it Neptune, is it?
I don't know.
It's been that year. I can only remember Ariel and Flounder.
Oh, yeah.
And then more of your pinks now. So you've got lots of colour tones, so you can see from the linen card that I showed you, the colours are running all the way through. Another one that I love within this one here, Ben, because
my fave.
What you've then got is, yes, you've got that castle, but the castle is sitting as a silhouette quite high up and proud, and then you've got the stairs that are going all the way up. So that could be the princess going all the way up. It could be her coming down where Cinderella loses her slipper.
Slipper, yeah.
It could be, if you want to. And then let's go and just a few more. Remember, all double-sided. You've got your font work, you've got your script work, and then last but by no means least, getting another one that is full to detail within the castle at the backdrop, that once upon a time as well. But then if I do flip it over so you can see the reverse, right down in the bottom, you've got then that once upon a time. Scrapbook made easy. Photo, a little bit of written wording, and then that's all that you need to do.
Perfect.
Add embellishments if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But you've got your 36 sheets there. These are ones that are 180 GSM, acid and lignin free. Beautiful. So many are loving it, and so many are actually saying it is potentially one of the best paper pads that we've done.
Absolutely right. We'll get on with the demo in just a second. I've got to tell you, very, very soon, this is going to be limited. More people have checked this out during the show as well. That's the showstopper. Let's just quickly break it down for you and show you the other bundles that you can go for. And we'll show you the details on this, but I don't think you will buy this because I think what you'll do, you'll go for the showstopper. The mega bundle includes 20 stamps. So it's the stamps, the dies, and the pearl ink pads, plus you get your 6x6 paper pad. You don't get, within the mega bundle, the 12x12 paper pad, the linen cardstock, or indeed the organza ribbon, the glitter, or the sparkly swirls that you get within the showstopper. But if you are on a bit more of a budget and you want to be able to kind of add other little bits and pieces in, you can go for this. $78.40 or $100. Here's me telling you what to buy. I would go for the showstopper, and then what I would do then also is put in the paper pad collection, the extra paper pad. So details here for you. For an extra £20 or $28, you'll get another 12x12 paper pad, and you'll get that 24 sheet selection of your luxury linen cardstock. So that's what lots of people have done. They've gone for the showstopper, and then they've put in more of the paper pad collection as well. And then also what people have done is added the embellishment collection, the sparkle embellishment collection. So again, that contains your fairy dust. It includes those beautiful all sparkle adhesive swirls, and it also includes your organza ribbon as well for an extra £12 or $16. Again, it's a great way to kind of top up and really get the very best out of this collection, because you know what will happen. It always happens. It's normally the paper pads, isn't it, that disappear first. So make sure you've got more than you think that you will need. And the same again with that embellishment collection too. But we'll pop up the details for the showstopper. As I say, teetering on the point of limited stock. If you want to get this, don't hang around. I'll just say a few hellos because I realise I've not said hello to anybody. We've had so much to take care of. But Karen Carter's in from Croydon, Lois from Ohio, Gareth Dobbs says a very good evening to Craig, Ben, Chloe and all the team. Christy Stokes from Texas, Pamela's in, Kendall Serafian is in from Minnesota, Susan Ware is in. Hello all, back again from Vegas. Lynn Blackledge, the hashtag Go Live Granny, is in from the Isle of Wight. Hello, Diane Cadman. Hello, Jennifer in Kansas. Hello, Carletta in Kansas. And Mary Beth Dawn in Minnesota. Good evening to Zoe Carver in West Sussex. Hi to Paul Print ×4 from South Carolina. And hey to my favourite Guy Crafty team from Rainy St. Georgia, says Denise Stars. Utah, just 2 hours north of Las Vegas.
Viva.
What?
Viva.
Viva Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that band, the Utah Saints, as well? Remember that?
No.
Utah Saints. Utah Saints.
No. Nope.
Normally when I do that, he'd be like, oh yeah, and he joined, but not this time.
No.
Morning, Crafty Angie. Karen says, Ben, can you please ask Craig if he received his gift from me? I posted it last week.
Something has come for... Who was that?
Karen Carter.
Karen, something's come for me, so that might be for you.
Okay.
So, yes, watch the space. I'll open it when I get home tonight.
Mary Pat says, good afternoon, everyone from sunny Montana. I bought the mega bundle plus the paper and embellishments bundle before midnight last night. Good shopping. Rhonda's in saying, hey, Craig, Ben, team, and all my wonderful crafty peeps from all over the world. Chicago is sunny today and windy. Inkwell Chick says, what was the wheel spin result today? Free gift with every purchase over £10 to $10. That was the result. Make sure you tune in to Wake Up Call tomorrow. He's spinning the wheel tomorrow.
I am indeed.
Hi to Rhonda, who says, for the first time ever, I'm going to try to follow someone making an incredible album in centimetres. This should be interesting. Mary Pat's in saying, I started buying white Rick Rack and ribbon for that reason. What reason?
Colour your own.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Good job. You're on the ball. Call that conversation.
He's on the ball.
He's on the ball.
On the ball.
On the ball. You can also use re-inkers to colour the larger pieces. You can. Hi to data. What?
No, I was just going to say, is that a football chant?
What?
He's on the ball.
That was Ant and Dec, PJ and Duncan.
Oh, so it
We're
was.
on the ball.
Yeah.
We're on the
yeah.
ball.
Surprised you knew that. Me and football.
Yeah. Dieta's in from California. Listening to you guys and looking through the new book, says Kathy. It doesn't say where you're from, Kathy. New book. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow. HSN preview. It's out. It's there now. It's on the Facebook page.
Oh, it's a busy day tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, so busy.
HSN preview. Sarah's on QVC UK.
Yeah.
Craig's on next week.
No, you're not, are you?
I talk about squeaky bums, I'm telling you. QVC UK, it's this huge honour of an opportunity. And yeah, I've got about 15 minutes a week today on their morning show, and then the full hour because Sarah will be across the pond in America.
Ah.
So yeah, so that's next week.
We're super proud of him. When he told me, I felt like a big, proud, older brother.
You know, this is big.
Yeah, no, he's big. I'm not, you know.
I'm really honoured.
Genuinely, we're all very proud of him, right, guys? Yeah, the guys in the gallery got Jamie and George going. Yeah, we're very proud. Don't muck it up, yeah?
It's about time, because half my wages, they either go to us or it goes to QVC themselves. Anyway, my whole life's on an easy pay.
The thing is, if you ever wanted anyone in craft who knows probably more about QVC than QVC knows about themselves, it's
You're
this
not
guy.
joking.
He knows everything about that channel.
I know. I think I know more than their customer service, which they have got some of the best customer service as well in Liverpool, just to say.
Nearly as good as ours.
0800 52 42 32.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
60-day money-back guarantee across there.
Don't you dare be getting too comfy over there and, you know, going and then leaving us.
Oh, it'd never happen.
I'd never forgive you.
As if I would leave here to move to London for QVC.
Yeah. As if. He's not. Before you start going,
Can I just categorically say, I am not going anywhere.
No.
I am not going anywhere.
Rumours, that's how rumours start.
I'm just going to be helping Sarah on QVC here in the UK.
And that's it. Full stop. Well done. We love him for that. Christina Clark just says, my Once Upon a Time set arrived today. OMG. It is amazing. Let's get cracking because we previewed so much. We're half an hour into the show already. Shall we get a first demo done and then we'll give you opportunity to get your baskets checked out because this is hanging on by a thread. What are you going to show us, Craigie?
Rightio, let's go for it. Let's do something I've not done for a long time, and that's a pop-up box.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do a pop-up box here, and I've already got the elements already good to go. So what I've done is white multi-purpose card, Ben, and I've got it to 8 1/4 already, and I've come to 11 3/4. So what I've then done is I've scored at 4 inches, I've scored at 5 1/2 inches, I've scored at 9 1/2 inches, and then I have scored at 11 inches. Then what I've done is I've turned it around on itself, and then I have come along, and then I have scored at 3 3/4. Now I've come from the top down, but what I've not done, Ben, is I've not continued all the way down to the bottom. I've just come down to this first score line.
Yeah.
That then will give me kind of like additional double tab at the side. So I've just chopped this top bit out because I don't need that. And then that one and that one and that one can fold back on itself, and that is all that I need. So what I'm going to do is this will then fold in on itself and create a pop-up box.
Yeah.
So before I start to assemble it with all the embellishment bits, let's go in with some of the mats and layers that I've already done. So let's go in with these ones here. So what I've got is my purple linen, 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then I've come down 1/4 of an inch for the pattern paper. But I've gone in, Ben, so we can still see that enchanting castle all the way in that full focal point of the card or pop-up box. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble the layers before I assemble the pop-up box. So every now and again I'm just going to assemble it together just as a visual so I remember what layer's going to go onto where.
Yep.
You can assemble the actual pop-up box first if you want to, but it just makes it a lot bit easier for you to then come along and do it this way first. So I can go in now with my next one. and then we're just going to go round with our tape runner. So for anyone wanting to know with this one, essentially it's just your mats and layers to cover the platforms. So the purple, 3 3/4 by 4 1/4, and then I've come down 1/4 of an inch for my patterned paper.
Okay.
So that one can then go into here. And then what I want to do as well is I want to come in, so I've got a few larger strips for the side here. So the purple, 1 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then I've come down 1/4 of an inch for the pattern paper. And I've done that with both of these. So these ones can go into here. That's going to go into there just like that. And then that one can go into here, just like that one. And then what we'll see is you may be inclined to put these ones there, but don't.
Okay.
Because if we assemble it together for you to see, because these fold down on themselves, Ben,
Oh, yes.
it's actually the front parts that you're wanting to put your pattern paper on. So let's go in with our next one. So once again, this is a slightly different size square than the front panel. So it's 3 1/2 by 3 3/4, and come down 1/4 of an inch for my pattern paper.
Just a question. I've worked this out in case, because Rhonda's saying, when matting layering in centimetres, how many centimetres do you use between the two? If it's 1/4 of an inch, it's 0.635 centimetres.
There you go. I
Probably
don't think I've ever done centimetres. No. Do you know that?
Easier to do it in inches.
Inches, yeah. Yeah, all of my layer. You will probably never ever see me do centimetres, unless I'm doing something specific for a Crafter's Companion video or something that needs to be in centimetres. I always do inches.
Yeah.
Always do inches, because it's a lot easier when it comes to the guillotine. So if I then bring these ones in, Ben, there's the start of our pop-up box, already decorated.
Yep.
So what I'm just going to do is on this tab here, let's go in with our tape. So we can wrap that one round, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to tuck that onto the back. Now, can you imagine with this one here, if you do start to go in with maybe not only just photos, Ben, but maybe little memorabilia from if you've been to Disneyland Paris or Florida or any of your prince or princess, you know, the theme parks or any, if you go to the movies, if you go to the cinemas and the ticket stumps, all of those sorts of things. You know, it could be my my best friend's two wee boys, Grace and Monroe. Monroe's still way too young for the cinema, but just towards the back end of last year, Monroe went to the cinema. Grayson went to the cinema for the first time, and he absolutely loved it. So if you're going with your daughter or, you know, your granddaughter or, you know, your son and grandson, nephew, and you want to capture those moments, keep the ticket stubs from the cinema and then start to include them on a scrapbook page or, you know, in the front of a pop-up box, because you can capture memories not just within a scrapbook page or a memory book. It can be in things such as pop-up boxes. So what I've then done is I've taken 2 pieces of our white multi-purpose card and I've cut it 2 inches by 5 inches, and then I've scored in at 1/2 inch at each side, and I've done the same for 2 of them. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tuck this one in, and this tab I'm going to go completely flat right to the back there, and then I'm going to press this one in, and then let's then pull this one. I'm going to pull that one down, and then I'm going to do exactly the same. So let's just press that in. Let's get that into place just here. And then that's just jumped out. So let's go back in, and then I'm going to press that one in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze that to really give that a really good adhere, and then open it up. And then we can go in with the next one. And then this next one, what I'm going to do is now that is going to go up against that first layer. So that's given me my space in without me having to think about it or measure it. It's doing it for me. So if I go in and then press that in there, and then let's turn this and tuck this around, and that one can go into here. Let's take that. The other thing I was thinking earlier on, of way back when I was in Florida, and they had one of their firework nights, the display at the Magic Kingdom, and they shot out confetti in that.
Yeah.
Now, if you grab a handful, because I'd done that when I went to Madison Square Garden in New York. I was at a concert, and there was all this confetti, and I picked a load up and put it in a bag, and I've still got it. So you maybe want to start adding little bits like that onto your memory book.
With a view to using it in craft? Or
Yes, like maybe a memory book page or a scrapbook page or something. Yeah, there's me at the end of the concert, Madison Square Garden, scraping it all off the ground. I was just taking it all. But yeah, they've done that in the show as well in Disneyland. So you might want to take it. It's a nice way to keep the memories.
Why not? That's such a cool idea.
Yeah, kept my big Coca-Cola bottle thing that I got from Madison Square Garden and everything.
Can I just say as well, isn't it nice to see a pop-up box? I know you said you haven't done one for ages, but I can't think of the last time I saw one of those made. And it's, like you say, such a very different thing to make, but very pleasing on the eye. When, like you say, whether you fill it with photos or some of the characters from this collection, it's really clever. And the fact that it folds flat, I think, is
relatively flat, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it's not seen very often, and it's certainly not seen by myself. I can't tell you the last time I'd done do you know something? I think the last time I'd done a pop-up box was if many of you at home might actually have the pop-up die set that we'd done when we were across in the shed. I think that was kind of round about when you first started, wasn't it?
About 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Can I just say, just because obviously you just do a bit of die cutting, lots of love coming in tonight. Christina's ordered. Candy says, I love how clearly Craig explains all the stuff I always wanted to know how to do. These pop-up boxes, for instance, which I haven't got quite right. Candy says she thinks she's Craig crushing. She's Craig crushing, George.
Craig crushing.
Craig crushing. You know, don't need to explain that, do I?
You might do it to George, though.
Dieta says, one thing I like about Ben and Craig, I mean, there's probably many things, but one thing I like is that they don't talk over each other.
We've talked about this before.
What were you going to say? No, you go. You go.
I was away
what I was going to say was that,
I was away to say that we've done that once before, haven't we? We talked about that once before, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah, how we seem to have this sync with each other in each other's voice.
Yeah.
That I know when I'm just coming to the end of a sentence and when I'm doing something and I know when to stop, and then you'll just come in and pick up because I'll go such and such, and then Ben, I'm just wait to go and die cut this and put that through. And then you know that level, that's when I'm stopping, and then you come in.
Yeah. You watch now, I'll talk over
What are you saying? Stop it. I'm trying to show you what to do now.
Can I just say, because I was
on
just
you go if you want to, I don't mind, just carry on.
Yeah, but I was just going to go and read some of the comments now.
Right.
And then in a minute I'll go, yeah, you'll see I'll go, diddle-a-da, ba-ba-ba-ba. And then Craig will take over seamlessly. Lynn says, I've been making pop-up boxes and they're going down an absolute storm. Kathy says, I've put my order in and I've ordered the With Love die that Debbie always uses. And can I just say, boys in the gallery, that is you, Jamie and George, check the photos, check the emails. Barbara R. Craig has sent in a photo of her 2 kittens who are wanting to say hi to us. Do you know what her kittens are called?
No way.
Ben and Craig.
Oh, you're joking.
Thanks, Barbara.
Oh.
We're going to see this in a minute. I'm very excited.
That is brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I mean,
brill.
Super excited for that.
2 cats named after us. That's so good. I wonder if I'll be able to tell what one's Ben and what one's Craig.
Well, yeah, you might. I'll tell you what. Don't tell it. Well, tell it. Email and tell the guys in the gallery, Barbara, and then see if Craig and I can work out which one's which. I guess yours will. Craig will be the one with the beard. Ready? The one in the kilt, maybe.
The one in the kilt.
Yeah.
The tomcat.
Yeah, and the one reading the joke book will be me. Jamie!
Oh.
Jamie said Ben will be the one looking in the mirror, but preening himself.
Maybe.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Have you ever had anything named after you before?
No, I've not. No. You've had like a roundabout and stuff like that, haven't you?
Yeah, I got a roundabout named after me in Aylesbury.
Yeah.
And
a llama.
Alpaca.
Oh, alpaca.
Yeah, but I've heard since my Ben alpaca is no longer with us apparently.
Oh.
But anyway, In happier news, we've now got a kitten named after us.
We do indeed.
Very excited to see that.
We do. That will be good to see, yeah. Yeah, I've never had anything named after me before. Right, what I was just doing there, Ben, was I ran it through with my embossing mat afterwards, because you've got lots of embossed detail here. Now my die's just slipped out ever so slightly, so it's caught the top of my arch. So I've already got one that I've already cut.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to keep all of this white. So we're going to keep it white, that we can see just here, because what I have already done, and I'm not going to cut all of these ones out, but you've got all this ivory work and all this detail with the little flowers and the little leaves. So what I've done is I've cut that out, and then I have cut the little leaves out, and then when it comes to the tiny little petals, I've done that within the fuchsia.
Yeah.
So I've done that one, so let's set that to the side, because what I do want to do is bring in my plate again. So I don't need that die, I need that. And then we're going to go in with our silhouette princess. And I need another piece of cardstock, so let's just chop that bit off, because I kind of wasted that other bit there. Not to worry, it's not mine, it's the studio's. So let's go into there, and I'm going to put my low-tack tape, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of colouring, and we're also going to do a little bit of glittering as well with that fairy dust.
Oh yeah.
I think it works lovely. I know I'd done it earlier on within Wake Up Call, but going in on that princess with that fairy dust really captures the colours, certainly from the pattern papers that I'm using, as well as some of the green and also that fuchsia within that arch. So let's take that one out the way for now. So let's remove that, take this one out, and then what we can do is we can go in, and I'm going to bring in a bit of acetate.
Okay.
So this is just our construction weight acetate, and all that I'm going to do is it's got the protective backing on the back. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to take that off.
Yeah.
And now I'm just wanting to double check here the actual width of the arch, which is 3 inches. So I'm going to trim this slightly, Ben, because it's a bit too wide. So I'm going to trim that to 3 inches as well. And then what we can do is, the height of it is 6 inches. Now, you're not going to cover it all, because some of that is going to go into the little pocket of the little lever for you to get that pop-up element. So I'm going to go in with my top part. Now I'm going to put a bit of green underneath, just so, well, it doesn't really make much of a difference, does it? But I'll put it there anyway. And then I'm going to go in with my low-tack tape. And then all that I'm going to start to do, Ben, is I'm just going to come in, and then I'm just going to start to build my pillars. I'm going to go in with the detail onto there. All of this I'm going to keep white.
Yeah.
That can go along the bottom there. And then I'm going to come in, and then I'm just going to start to position them down the pillars, as well as these little florals.
Kathy's put my order in. I ordered the With Love die. I think I've read that one. That Debbie always uses. That is a genuine favourite, isn't it?
It is, yeah. She does. She loves that one.
I think I went through a show, or maybe last week, a day when she must have used it, I think, on every single demo. But it's a lovely die. Joanne Duddy says, Craig, I watched the Lady and the Tramp remake between the shows, and you are right. It's good.
It is. It really is.
I was thinking, actually, during the last show, because I know we were chatting a lot about Disney's films, and I was thinking about my favourite, and I think I really did enjoy the remake of Beauty and the Beast. But also we were chatting... And
with Emma Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were also chatting about other Disney live... what do they call them? Live action
Live
remakes.
action, yeah.
And I forgot how good The Jungle Book is. Have any of you seen that at home?
See, I was never a fan of the Jungle Book films. Yeah.
But I wasn't that bothered about the cartoon, but the movie, I think, is brilliant.
Is it good, is it?
Yeah, because you've got... I think it's the voice cast, because you've got Bill Murray, who plays Baloo the Bear.
Right.
And then you've got Christopher Walken as King Louis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's great fun.
Maybe...
Bagheera is... big English actor. I want to say it's like Ian McKellen or something, but I don't think it is.
Because The Jungle Book, that's Simon Cowell's favourite film ever, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Because he used to say it on the X Factor. You know when they used to do the Extra Factor afterwards? Or when Britain's Got Talent used to do Britain's Got More Talent afterwards. Every now and again, if they got on about films and that, and he used to always bring it up, he used to say that The Jungle Book has always been his favourite film. Yep.
Oh, Ben Kingsley. I knew it was a great British actor. And Idris Elba is Shere Khan. There you go. I told you it was a good voice cast. Do you know what always makes me think, though, in those live-action remakes, especially with The Jungle Book, how they trained all the animals to do all of the different things. It's just amazing how they got them to,
It's the same way that they trained George. Chuck some peanuts in that.
Chucking some peanuts, George.
Yep.
And he's as happy as Larry, isn't he?
Yes, yep.
Oh,
Yep.
dear.
Give him a bowl of water.
Give him a bowl of water and some peanuts. And he's as happy as Larry. Hi, Lillian, who says, hi, Ben and Craig. I got distracted by Sarah, an hobby maker. Couldn't hear you. Is she making that much
She's making that. I say the pair of us just go through to the studio.
Huh?
I say the pair of us just go through to the studio.
Can you imagine? Well, you'd be all right going over on hobby maker. Everyone there would probably wonder who I was.
No, they wouldn't, because I talk about you all the time.
No, you.
Yes, I do.
No, you.
Yes, I do. I do.
They might. Some of our UK audience might remember me from the other place.
Oh yeah, that
Well,
other one.
But do you actually?
Yeah, of course I do.
You.
Yeah, I'm not the only one. I know Debbie and that does as well. Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah, of course I do.
You.
Yeah, of course.
No.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, they know who you are.
Well, if you're game, I am. But then again, Sarah's in there, so we'll probably get told off.
Yeah, and Big Boss Andy's there, isn't he?
Oh, Andy's in there.
Actually,
as well.
I'm not scared of Andy.
No. No. He's a big teddy bear, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy bear.
And Big Boss Liam's in as well.
Oh, Liam's big boss, is he?
Liam's in. Andy's big boss.
Big boss, yeah.
And then Liam's like wee little boss. He gets called Munch.
Munch?
Yeah.
This conversation doesn't mean anything to anybody, does it?
No.
I'm
Well,
interested-
no. If you watch Hobby Maker, it will do because they
Yeah.
call him Munch live on
Why
air.
is he called Munch, or do we not want to know?
I think it's because of his height. I think.
Oh, what's that got to do? Oh, as in Munch kin?
Yeah. I don't know if it's really PC nowadays, but you know, soz. He does.
We're all friends here.
We're
aren't
all
we?
friends. Yeah, and they comment on air. He laughs. He does laugh.
Yeah.
We're all family. We are family.
We are family. And the thing is, it's quite a small crafty. I mean, as much as our little community here at Crafters TV is small, I think the whole sort of crafting community, particularly in the UK, is small. And 'cause
Yeah, it is,
both
isn't
you,
it?
Both you and I know, of course, Andy from other ventures as well, don't
We do.
See? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go way back. Andy's another wrestling fan.
Oh, yes, of course.
Andy's a wrestling fan. Him and Dan Bancroft and Martin Parker a couple of years ago went to
Did they go to Madison
WrestleMania.
Square Gardens?
Sorry?
Did they go to Madison Square Gardens?
No, it was in Florida, wasn't it? It was, yeah. The stadium in Florida.
Someone will help us. What's the stadium in Florida called? I'm not very good
I
with
want to
my
say
American
it's the
stadiums.
Pirate Stadium. Oh,
Someone will tell us.
someone will come. Someone will tell us. Yeah, they'll tell us soon. Raymond James.
What?
Raymond James Stadium.
Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah. That they went there. That was just before COVID kicked off.
Yeah.
Because I was across at HSN with Sarah, and we were on the shuttle and we went past the Raymond James Stadium, and I was so gutted because I knew like in 8 weeks' time WrestleMania was going to take part there. Little did we know at the time, of course, that COVID come along and it didn't happen. But yeah.
But you're going to. What's the event you've got?
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
I'm going to SmackDown on the Friday night.
Yeah.
I have to say. So eventually got tickets.
This is in the UK, isn't it?
It is at the O2.
O2.
Yeah. Why they chose the O2, I don't know. Beautiful venue, don't get me wrong. I mean about the capacity. Because they could have sold. Well, the sold.
How big
so
is
they've
the
done
O2?
28,000.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Whereas in Cardiff last year, although it wasn't one of their monthly event, it was something like 78,000 or something.
What was that? Cardiff Arms Park? Or Millennium Stadium?
Millennium Stadium.
Yeah, that's massive, isn't it?
So yeah, so I managed to get tickets. So I managed to get tickets. I actually booked my accommodation first, got the tickets, and then I went to Brent, who deals with our schedule, and went, by the way, I'll need some time off. Never thought to ask first, but I've got it off. So yeah, so Friday Night SmackDown is on the Friday the 30th of June. And then Money in the Bank is on the Saturday night.
How exciting.
First time that they've done one of their monthly live events in the UK for 32 years.
Wow.
Yeah, last time was SummerSlam 92 in the old Wembley Stadium.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
I vaguely remember that. I vaguely remember the set. Wasn't it like double-decker buses and taxis?
Oh no! The set was so bare way back then. No, you're thinking of another event that they did do in the UK. Wasn't a monthly premium one, but yeah, that was British Bulldog versus Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to say, lots of lovely comments coming through. Zoe says, I really don't know why, but I have never seen The Jungle Book or Bambi.
Oh, Bambi.
Bambi's
oh, gosh,
sad.
You need tissues for Bambi.
It's sad.
Oh, my God, yeah.
They haven't done a live remake of that, have they?
Oh, God, could you imagine if they did?
Anne says, yes, Ben, and how did they teach that elephant to fly for the live-action Dumbo? I know, incredible, right? Incredible. How did they manage to winch the elephant up? I mean, they must have had, like, strong... And I don't know how they do it.
There is a lot in the live-action Dumbo that isn't... There's a lot in the original Dumbo cartoon that's not in the live action. That's why I didn't like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Roseanne says, my dog Lola loved Lady and the Tramp. She was glued to the TV every time the dogs were on the screen. She's never done that with any other movie before or since.
Honestly, it's brilliant. It really is brilliant.
My puppy, Puppy Molly, she was watching the other day, Crufts, the big dog show here in the UK. That was on. She was glued to it.
For sure.
Absolutely glued. Laura's sending me pictures whilst I was at work of her just like focusing on the TV, particularly the fly ball that they do when the dogs do the shuttle run and have to bring the ball back. She absolutely loved it. It was hilarious to watch. It's
funny when you see dogs do that, isn't it? They get entranced with whatever's going on in the TV.
Yeah, she is a collie, so I think she was thinking, I could do that. I could do that fly ball thing.
When Mum and John watch the, like the rehoming shows, the dog rehoming shows. Clemmy will just sit on the couch and see the dogs.
Yeah.
See the dogs and hear the dogs.
Can I just say, we'll watch Craig, but whilst we've been chatting, I have just been told by producer Jamie that this Showstopper collection is now limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means...
It soon won't be seen.
Means we've got less than 10% of the stock remaining. We will give you time to check out very, very shortly, so don't worry on that. But we are now officially limited on the Showstopper. Once the Showstopper goes, don't forget, it doesn't mean that everything's gone. I think it is still that stamp set which will sell out the bundle. So once the Showstopper goes, we will, of course, at a point, I'm sure, reconfigure and bring you smaller bundles. But if you want everything, then you need to be checking out very, very soon indeed. Good evening to Joanne, who's joined us, and also to Gilmore, who says, I'm doing my Ric Flair impression. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
To be the man,
you gotta beat the man.
Woo!
You see, I can't do the Ric Flair swag because it just turns into Jeff Jarrett's.
What, do you mean the walk?
The walk.
What does he do? It's that, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But it turns into Jeff Jarrett's.
What's Jeff Jarrett's thing?
And he goes like that, goes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but Ric Flair's, he's more front on, isn't he? He's like,
yeah.
Woo!
And everyone...
more handy. Woo! Do Jeff Jarrett again?
And everyone watching is like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Google it. But yeah. No, I can't read. Can you believe, Ben, we are 12 days away from WrestleMania.
WrestleMania!
Or it'll be 11 days now.
Yeah. Can I borrow your login again?
You've already got it still, haven't you? Yeah. Oh my God, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Is he going to win or is he going to lose?
He'll win.
Do you think Roman Reigns will win?
No, Rhodes will win.
Rhodes will win.
Yeah, Rhodes.
See, a lot of people are saying that they think Roman Reigns will win, so he can get to 1,000 days as the Ultimate Champion, World Heavyweight Champion.
They've got to take it off.
But it's got to be, Cody Rhodes has got to win.
Yeah.
He's got to.
You know there'll be multiple finishers that they'll all kick out of.
Of course they will.
You know.
Of course they will.
Rhodes will probably hit him with the crossroads like 3 times or something.
Yeah. And Cena's coming back.
Oh,
John Cena, he's going to be fighting.
Theory.
Yep.
Good,
So,
good.
yeah, it's good. So it's in the Sophia Stadium in LA.
You
I'd
know
like
all
to
your
go there.
stadiums, don't you?
I do. I know, I'm a geek. I've said it before. If I could win the lottery or just had your wage packet, I would then, I would just travel the world and visit all of these great big stadiums.
That's why I'm never here. You know, I just make out that I've just spent the week at home because I have that huge wage packet. I am just forever gallivanting in my private jet, getting picked up by chauffeur-driven limousines. But you know, what can I say? Yeah, got the Ben helicopter. You know, but if you notice why it's like noisy up there, it's usually it's me in my helicopter like, flying away from Crafters TV. By the way, can we appreciate this? I know we've been chatting away, but what a beautiful card, mate. That's amazing.
There we go. So yeah, it does fold down relatively flat. You know, a good couple of, you know, 1/4 of an inch or something envelope deep. But yeah, there's a pocket. Where I went in with the glitter, what I would say is I done that this morning in Wake Up Call. So I just covered it with the tacky glue, then sprinkled the glitter. If you want to see that in more detail, have a look at Wake Up Call. But there's a little pop-up box for you.
Wow, that is incredible. I tell you what, before we just go to the break, because we do need to give you opportunity to check out, because I can hear the amount we've got left, and we'll allude to that after the break. Let's just have a look at Barbara's kittens here, so in case you missed the story. Oh. Barbara's got 2 new kittens. She's called them, no, she's told me, called Ben and Craig. So Barbara says the one looking at the camera, that's Craig.
Oh.
And the one like snuggling into the mama, I guess, is me. Look at us, Craig.
Oh, look at us.
Look at me and you.
Oh, and me, who's always camera shy as well.
Yeah. Oh, look at my little kittens.
It's like, oh, look at that star.
Oh.
Look at the mum.
I know.
I think it's the mum, isn't it? Oh, that is so cute. Kitten Ben and Craig.
Yeah, that is Mama. Yeah, so the kitten looking at the camera is Craig, and kitten checking Mama is still present is Ben. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Barbara, for sending that in. That is super, super.
Does that mean that we are like cat parents, like not cat godparents?
Well, yeah, well, cat godparents.
Yeah, cat godparents.
I guess it does mean that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barbara. Gilmore says, imagine us crafters at a WrestleMania event. Lol, Craig, Ben, lol. Lovely pop-up box, Craig, says Vicky. Beautiful, Craig, says Thea. Lois says, gorgeous project, thank you, Craig. Right, let us get it. That would be Craig's wrestling move. His finishing move would be the foil press. Let's get to a break because we need to give you opportunity to check out the baskets. This is now limited. It is flying. If you haven't yet checked out the showstopper, do it now, and we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong.
Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Moseby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out. So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some. get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Gorgeous pop-up box, Craig, says Pamela Greenidge. You could use the tiny flowers from the arch and put them on the dress, says Stephen. You absolutely could do that. We chatted about that a little bit earlier on. Gilmore says, the way Kitten Ben is looking at the older cat, it's got to be the mama. Yes, that was Mama. And that was Queen. Susie T. Susie. Just checking in to see who's got this gorgeous collection whilst I shop. I think pretty much everybody's bought this collection now. It is officially limited stock. Very, very busy for this. Such weakness, says Hannah. I went from, I'll just get a couple of things, but couldn't get the stamps alone, to ending up buying the showstopper. Oopsie. No oopsie in that, Hannah. You've done a great thing because you've got the whole shebang there. Whilst this is going to disappear, don't forget you can still add extras in as far as your paper pads and embellishments are concerned as well. And Dieta just saying, love the bloopers. We love a good blooper here, don't we? You see, warts and all, we bring you those bloopers and we always laugh at them too. Now, I will go through the collection again in just a few moments' time, but I think it would be nice quickly to squeeze in perhaps one more demo here. You said you've got a fairly sort of quick one, maybe?
Well, it will be quick. I'll talk you through the measurements, but we'll go in, we'll do a theatre card here. So what I've already done, Ben, is taken my white multi-purpose cardstock. So I've cut it to 11.5 inches by 7.5 inches. I'm just going to move it that way just now for you to see, make it a bit easier. So 11.5 by 7.5. Then what I've done, Ben, is I've scored at 2 inches. I've scored at 2.5 inches. Then what I've done is I've scored at 9 inches. And then I've scored at 9.5 inches.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have a big scoreboard, what you can do, score at 2 inches, score at 2.5 inches, and then flip it on itself.
Yeah.
And then do the same, 2 and then 2.5. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do a valley and a mountain fold and a valley and a mountain fold. Now, as you can see, what I've already done is I've done a matten layer with the pattern paper and then also the pink linen cardstock. And then from the fountain, I've taken the actual outer die and then die cut that square aperture that you can see here. And then what I've done for my back panel, I've done exactly the same measurements, but I've cut nothing away.
Yeah.
So I've just scored at 2, 2.5, flipped it over, 2, 2.5. So then that will become something like that. But then what we need to do is we're going to come in with another piece of multi-purpose, 10.5 by 7.5. And then what I want to do is, so I can get my die in the right place, I'm just going to kind of line it all up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the fountain. So let's just kind of get that into position where I want it to be. And line it all up, line it all up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set that into the middle. I'm going to try not to stick my head in. And then line that in so I've got that right where I want it. Now, to me, now it looks a little bit off to you on screen, but to me, straight on, that's absolutely fine. So that's where I want it. So what I'm then going to do is let's take our low-tack tape, and then I'm going to go in, and because these parts here is what's going to be the waist, I'm going to put my low-tack tape into there. And then what we're going to do is I have switched over to my large Gemini, but let's go in with our junior plates. And I am, because we've got detail here, I'm just going to add my metal shim into here. Let's go in with our plastic magnetic top plate, and then we're going to feed that one through our Gemini, like so. So then that's going to be that centre part of the theatre card, diorama card, depending on how you want it to be. And then with this die, what you definitely really do want to do, Ben, is go in and emboss it afterwards with that embossing mat, because you've got that embossed detail. So the way that I always like to remember to do it is I'll flip it on itself, I'll go in and I'll pop my embossing mat over the top, put my plate back. We don't need our metal shim.
I suppose this is a random question, but I'll ask it. How many dies these days tend to have embossing detail on them? Is it more often than not you get that, or not really?
A good couple of years ago, you would find it within so many dies. And not just us, right across the board. Companies started to not include the embossed detail as much, kind of really focus on the depth of the die cut. And then I have noticed other craft companies, but certainly with ourselves, Leanne and product development team, what they've started to do is put a lot more embossed detail in there. And what that is if I take this one out the way for now, what that's doing is, let's just carefully take that one away. So I'll show you on the die itself. So can we see all of these bits here?
Get in, Georgie boy, let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
Where are we looking?
So see all these bits here where you've got all these shapes? But there's no die cut edge to it. That lets you know that that's going to emboss.
Gotcha.
So go in with your embossing mat. There's nothing to cut, but what it does is your embossing mat will push your cardstock through all these little aperture shapes. So they can't cut because there's no cutting edge, but you've got all the embossed detail. Same within the middle of the fountain there. You've got that detail, but there's no raised cutting edge there. So it's going to do something, so it's going to emboss. Now with the pressure of the Gemini, you will get a slight emboss once you die cut, but go in once again, do what I've done there, because you've got embossed detail all the way up, all the way around, and you're going to find that starting to trickle through a lot more of our dies going forward. We're starting to do it a lot more as of late, but it's going to happen a lot more. And if you are just unsure, it will do you no harm whatsoever just running it through with the embossing mat afterwards. Anyway, you know, it's not going to do any harm whatsoever. If anything, it can sometimes help to push out all the little bitties. So, you know, you can do it if you want, and it can refine the edges sometime too. So all that I'm going to do there is pop all of these little bits out. And what you can do when you've got that embossed detail, I'm not going to do it with this one, but I've done it in a demo and wake-up call, is you can use the die as sort of like a stencil. So go over. So if I were to, let's just take that bit out here. And this is actually really going to show off the bits that are your embossed detail. Because if I take all that out, let's take all that waste out, where we've got all that white work.
I see.
All that white work, that's embossed detail. So it's embossed. So you can go over with your inks, stencil over the top with your ink, remove that, then all your embossed detail will be inked, and then just wipe that over with warm soapy water or, you know, a baby wipe, something like that. And then what we can do is let's come in with our top part here, and I'm going to go in with my tape. So I'm going to go in with my double-sided tape runner. We can flip these ones around on themselves. Gosh, we've got noisy neighbours tonight, haven't we? Jeezy
Listen to them. They're in a party next door or something.
There must be.
So I go around and bang on the door and go, oi!
Oi! Oi!
Keep it down.
We're on the night shift. That's a gag from Chewing the Fat, Scottish comedy.
Called what?
Chewing the Fat.
June the Fat.
Chewing.
Oh.
Chewing the Fat.
Chewing the Fat.
Chewing the Fat.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's just eking on below the belt level when it comes to
after the
comedy,
Watershed stuff,
Scottish
is it?
comedy. Yeah.
Like, not safe for the kids comedy.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh.
No, definitely not. YouTube it, Google it. Chewing the Fat.
Chewing the Fat.
Chewing the Fat.
Chewing the Fat.
Yeah.
What's that other one that you always go on about?
Two Doors Down. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Two Doors Down.
What is that on? Like BBC?
So it's on. It's on BBC, and the whole lot. There's 7 series so far. 6 series. They're ready to do a 7th, and there's Christmas specials, and they're on iPlayer, BBC iPlayer.
And is that set in Scotland?
Sorry?
Is that set in Scotland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just. So funny enough, so Jamie's asking what's the one with the 2 old fellows played by the younger guy, so Victor and so Still Game. So Still Game were the 2 guys were characters in Chewing the Fat, and then they got their own comedy.
Oh, so it's like a spin-off.
Spin-off, yeah. Yeah.
Now, I only realised quite recently, a few years back, but Frasier is a spin-off from Cheers, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
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 How recently?
Yep.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It was like with Friends, they tried to do it with Joey, didn't they?
Didn't work.
No.
Didn't work. Do you know what was really good though? And they only had like 1 season. It was with Courtney Cox. It was called Dirt, and she was an editor for like a newspaper, let's say magazine, and what she'd done, you know, her and her colleagues that worked underneath her to get the dirt on all the celebrities.
What?
And
When
that.
she was playing?
She was paid.
Monica?
No. Sorry, no. Yeah, sorry, no. This was like completely away from Friends now. But what she did do is she done a series just after, and only got like one season, and it was really good. I really enjoyed
Is she
it.
still doing the Scream movies?
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
New one's come out, hasn't it?
Yeah, I went to see it.
Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. Any good?
Very, very, very good. Considering it was the 6th one,
Yeah.
very good. I would say 1st and 6th are 2 of the best ones.
Really?
Yeah, really good. What they've done, a bit like the Halloween, the way that they were able to turn it around, bring it back on course. And yeah, Courtney, I won't say if she survives this one or if she lives, but it is very, very good.
I feel like I've not seen a lot of the Scream movies. I saw the original. I don't know how many more of those that I saw. I did though watch, and I know we were going to watch this together, and then it passed by. I have now seen A Man Called Otto.
Is it any good?
It's a really good film. If you speak to Debbie Fisher, she will tell you. I think she described it as the best film she's ever seen.
Right.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but I would go as far as to say it is a really good movie. Has anyone else seen that? A Man Called Otto, the new Tom Hanks one. Let us know if you have. I really enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it was the best film I've ever seen. I'd give it like I think I gave it an 8. I'm a bit of a geek with movies. I rate them on IMDb. I think I gave it an 8. A solid 7. I think I was a bit generous with an 8.
So I think it's because I know that it's on Sky Premiere. Not as in Sky Movies Premiere. It's on the, you know, where it's just out the cinema and you can.
Oh, that's what I did. I rented it off there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
It was a bit. I think it was $13.99, but I thought I really want to watch it, and Laura fancied it, so we thought, oh, do you know what? We'll just do it. And I got the one because you could get the DVD as well. So what I normally do, if I think it's a film that my dad will like, I'll rent it with the DVD. I'll buy it with the DVD. Yeah. And then I send the DVD.
So
to
you get
Dad.
the digital copy, and then You see, I want to do that with The Whale.
Oh, same.
Yeah, but at the moment it's still like $18.99 to rent, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to hang off a bit.
Has anyone seen The Whale? Is it any good? Is it worth all the hype? Oh, George thinks it is. He thinks Brendan Fraser's pretty good in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I wanted to see it before he won the Oscar, but.
Did he win Best Male, Best
Actor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Everywhere All the Time, not seen that. That
I
won all the
was
Oscars,
so
didn't it?
chuffed Jamie Lee Curtis won
Oh, she won
an
Best
Oscar.
Supporting Actress, I think.
Oh, she really deserved it. She really did.
Yeah.
She really, really did. But yeah, so I'm wanting to see that. I did want to go and see The Whale at the cinema, but it just seemed to be on for like a week or two and then
Disappeared.
it went off. So I just, the other week there, I just bought the Odeon, you know, their unlimited
Oh, you did?
card. Yeah.
So what does that entitle you to? Like, any movie you want?
As many times as you want.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yep. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to have
Do you
that.
get free snacks?
10% off.
Ah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, so you still pay £100 for snacks.
Actually, you don't with the Odeon, no. No, it's not bad, considering. It's not bad, yeah.
I still remember, I said this the other day, I can't remember where we were chatting about it, when we went to go and see Halloween finally, and I obviously bought the tickets first time and you weren't well and we never went, and then you were like, oh, it's all right, I'll buy the tickets, and then you bought the tickets, and then I bought the treats, and I just remember looking at the cost of the treats come up, I was like, I've been done here because the tickets were so much cheaper than the £1 million I had to spend on popcorn and pop.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh dear.
It's funny because a couple of, the other month there, when I went to the Odeon, because it's the first time I'd been to the one in Durham, and it's the luxe one, so it's all those luxury seats and that. So I ordered popcorn and a large Coke on their app. Now, I ordered what I thought, because of the price, I thought, oh, that's a small one. So when I went to collect it, I actually went to pick up someone else's, and the guy went, no, that's not yours, that's yours there. And Ben, it was the biggest popcorn and the biggest Coke ever. And I'm like, I only paid like, I don't know, about £6 or £7, which, don't get me wrong, I know is a lot, but for the huge, huge big ones. So no, value for money when it comes, well, not value for money, but considering of the place that we went to.
Yeah, yeah.
Where the rocket the price of all the sweets.
Courtney Cox did a show called Cougar Town, says hi Meredith. That was hilarious.
I wasn't too... Same with Lisa Kudrow. She done The Comeback, didn't she?
Don't know.
But I wasn't too enamoured on that.
Coletta Cooper says, I really want to read the book before I see the movie, A Man Called Ove. The actual original movie as well, A Man Called Ove, is actually on Sky as well. I think is it in Icelandic, I want to say? Is it obviously A Man Called Otto is based on that.
Yeah.
And Anne says, one of the reviewers said that the movie The Whale wasn't great, but Brendan Fraser was wonderful.
Yeah. I don't always tend to go with reviews. If it's something I really want to see, I'll go and see it. And if I waste my money, I've learnt a lesson. But now I know I didn't do any of the colouring there. I had coloured the couple as well as the fairy with the tri-blends, but it showed you how you can then construct it. So you're getting that diorama theatre card that you can see there. Still going to fold relatively flat. Gone in with that happily ever after stamp. Of course, it could be the die if you wanted to. And pattern paper in the linen cardstock.
Absolutely beautiful. Michelle says, loving this card. Just before we recap, again, I don't know if you can help Vicky out. You know, we're talking about embossing through dies. I think that's what she's saying. She says, not sure whether I'm doing it wrong, but when I use my embossing mat with the dies, the mat rips. So is that to do with the too much pressure she's using?
So it sounds like what you're doing is you've got your magnetic shim in there.
Right.
You make sure that your magnetic shim is out. There is not a plate configuration technique where you have your embossing mat and the magnetic shim in at the exact same time. So always make sure that your magnetic shim is out. If your magnetic shim is out, then yeah, it just sounds like that you've still got a lot more pressure. So I would then just take out that frosted shim. But by the sounds of it, if that's the case, probably got your magnetic shim in there, so take that one out.
All right. Thea says, really beautiful again, Craig. Jean says, Craig, I really like this card, but of course I do. You made it. And Michelle also sending lots of love for that project. Let's just very quickly, we're going to have a break in just a second because I am hearing news of quantities in my ear, but let's just quickly show you everything that you're going to get once again in the showstopper. We need to flash up all the other details, but what I'll quickly do for you is show you what you can get in the smaller bundles. So everything in the showstopper you're going to get, I'm about to show you here, but this first lot of goodies I'm going to show you makes up your mega bundle. So you've got that beautiful 6x6 pad. I mean, the artwork, as we've talked about, is stunning. And like Craig was sort of chatting about earlier on, is that the fact that the more that you look into it, the more you look into it, the more that you will see as far as the sort of images and the fonts that are concerned in there. But that's included. Also, you're going to get your pearl ink pads. Colours that are, of course, just exclusive to this bundle. New colours, super, super juicy. And you get those in those 4 little mini ink pads. Then you get all of your hardware. So you've got your Once Upon a Time. You've got your You Are Magical. That stamps and dies in there. You've got that beautiful fairy tale carriage. Then you've got that dancing couple. I mean, that really sort of sets the tone and kind of is this collection all over, isn't it? The princess and prince dancing at the ball. Then you've got that beautiful princess silhouette. Again, go back to watch launch day and also go back to watch Craig's demo with that earlier on Wake Up Call to see some really amazing tips about how to get the very best out of that set. You then got your ditzy blooms, those beautiful florals. Useful in this bundle, yes, but useful across a whole range of collections. There's the elegant archway that Craig was using a little bit earlier on. Glad that we saw that in a demo because we did chat that we hadn't seen that, but now you've seen that in action. That fabulous fountain, again, a statement centerpiece from this collection, which you're just going to love absolutely using. You know, for things like weddings and anniversaries, that's going to just look amazing. All of the stamps in there too. So these, again, you've got things like create your own fairy tale. What does this one say? Where you believe there is magic, you will find it. And happily ever after. There's the fairy. We all know, but don't really know if you know what I mean. Looks a lot like her though, doesn't she? And you get all of the stamps in there as well, casting that little spell. Then you've got the beautiful Fairy Tale Kingdom. That's that stamp and die set. Again, you get that in stamp form. You get the dies to be able to cut out all of your coloured images, and then the 2 embossing folders. So that beautiful enchanted rose, and then you've got that stunning slipper as well, the glass slipper. So everything I've just shown you there makes up the mega bundle, but you're not going to buy that. The showstopper then adds in all of your consumables. So you've got all of your gorgeous linen cardstock in there too, 24 sheets. Double-sided as well. And as we were talking about earlier, you know, I think it's brilliant that we bring you the linen cardstock within these collections, because if we didn't, you'd then kind of take your paper pad, wouldn't you? And then you'd be going off in your craft room trying to find the exact colour that you would want to match up with the papers in your paper pad. But we've done it for you now. You don't have to do that. As you can see, as we just flick through here, you'll see all of the tones in the linen cardstock being picked up in the paper pad. So the colours that you get here are absolutely 100% perfect to work with all of the papers that you've got, whether it be with your 12x12 pad or indeed the 6x6, which you're also going to get. And then on top of all of that, you then get all of your sparkly embellishments. You've got your glitter in there. So that beautiful fairy dust, as you've seen here, this is the iridescent glitter that you're going to get. This is how it's going to look when you use it in conjunction with your ink pads that you're getting in the collection. I mean, the most sparkly glitter I think I've ever seen. It does look like a fairy has waved her magic wand over it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So sparkly.
It's like the fairies had a squeaky bum as well, isn't it? You were thinking that. You were thinking that. I
was thinking that, but then you said it out loud. Then you've got your ribbon included in there too. Don't let the dogs eat it. Huh? Don't let the dogs eat it. Eat what? That? The glitter. Oh, no. Can you imagine? You have a pretty garden though, wouldn't you? You'd better see where it was as well. Anyway, let's move on. Then you're going to get your organza ribbon in there. 3 beautiful colours, all matching up with the colours in the collection. And you're getting the 3 different widths. And then, for the first time ever, you've got your gorgeous All That Sparkles, which are those 5 amazing kind of like swirly, sparkly elements, which again you can snip into. And again with like this one, and this one here, you could take your pen to those and colour those in should you wish to. I just think this one here, and I know you've snipped in and Sarah was snipping these up earlier on as well, but that one there is like a beautiful snowflake that you could use Christmas time too. So that is the showstopper. A lot of people are ordering extra of the embellishment collection and also extra of the paper pads. But what I must tell you is that we are now at a point where we are into not only limited stock, but I think we're down to double figures as far as the showstopper is. There we go. So we have 90 opportunities left to get the showstopper. Just to reiterate, this does not mean that once this 90 disappears, you won't be able to buy anything. I think it's those stamps, the stamp sentiments, that will sell this bundle out So if you want to get everything, at the best price with the 250 bonus points, don't forget, for the showstopper, you need to be acting quite quickly. We are going to give you opportunity to check out your baskets right now. 90 opportunities left, and that's not including what we've got in baskets now. So you're going to see this continue to tick down. We'll see where we are after this 3 or 4 minute break. But if you want the showstopper, if you want this amazing price, if you want everything and 250 bonus points, you need to be getting a scooch on. And we'll come back and see you in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those 3 people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away, we're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
One that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? Yeah. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Sorry for the extended break, but we've just had to do like a little bit of thinking to find out exactly what's going on here. So we thought there were 90 left of the showstopper because we were keeping our eye on the set of sentiments, which we thought was the item that was going to sell out the showstopper. But then we got a message from Kathy going, Ben, it's out of stock. So I then went on the website, producer Jerry and I were looking and we're going, oh yeah, the showstopper has sold out. How can that be though? Because we've been keeping an eye on the item that we thought was going to sell it out. But it turns out what we haven't been keeping an eye on, which you guys must have bought in your absolute hundreds, is the 12 by 12 paper pad and linen cardstock, which has sold the bundle out. That's what sold it out, not that stamp set.
No.
So I literally can't believe this. So the showstopper is sold out, and it's not the stamp set that sold it out, it's the 12 by 12 paper pad and the linen cardstock. So that's also sold out as a bundle. So what we have left is the mega bundle, which still has that stamp set in it, which was relating, is this making sense? Which was relating to the 90 odd that we had left, which is now, I think, 85 left. I hope that makes sense, but I was scratching my head a bit then and thinking, how has that happened? How? So it's the paper that sold out the bundle.
And we thought we had that much that we didn't need to worry, not today anyway, potentially not today, about keeping an eye on the quantity of the paper pads. We've taken our eye off the ball when it comes to the paper pads, and you've just gone in your absolute droves and filled your baskets with paper pads alone.
And I'm not blaming Sarah here, but we didn't even kind of think about that because she was saying, oh, we've got plenty of paper, don't worry about it. And you guys have bought that in your hundreds. I'm genuinely shocked.
No, I know.
So that's the mystery surrounding it. So apologies if you didn't get the showstopper, that's gone. The paper pad bundle has also sold out, but you can still get the mega bundle. We'll double check as well. I just want to check if I think we will still have that sparkle embellishment collection available individually. I've never seen anything quite like this, so that's still there. So you can still buy the mega bundle, which will come with your ink pads and your 6x6 paper pad, and then you can add into that your embellishment bundle if you want more of the sparkle. But the showstopper has gone with the 250 bonus points and the linen cardstock and the 12x12 paper pad. Whew. I can't literally believe that. We've got 25 minutes left. In that time, we've got the vote for the demo of the show, demo of the day. Is there anything you can sort of cobble together with a quick demo of the mega bundle? I reckon you probably can.
Defo. Yeah, let's do it.
Wowzers.
Let's do it. Let's go in. So what I've got, Ben, is a 6x6 card blank here.
Yeah.
Good to go. And then another piece of our white multi-purpose. Now, I have cut this to 4.5 by 6 inches, and I've scored at 2 and then 4 inches. And then that's creating a little bit of a stepper for me that we can see just here. So what I'm going to do is let's go in with my tape, and I'm going to add that along the base. And then what we can do is that can then go onto the bottom of our card, like so. And if you don't have A3 card, then this is a nice way to create a stepper card.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go in with my burnishing tool, and then we're going to go along, and then we're just going to burnish both of those. Then what we're going to do is let's go in with the 6x6 paper, which I know is in that bundle. I am using a piece of that linen cardstock, which is in that bundle that's sold out.
Yes.
But you might have other green cardstock.
I still can't believe that. I'm genuinely shocked.
I know.
Like, fess up in the comments, how many of the paper pads were you multi-ordering? Who bought the most?
The ironic thing is, Ben, is it's always the paper pads we keep an eye on.
I know, so why didn't we do that?
The one time that we don't, because we've got extra in,
it
look what
scuffers us again.
Caught out.
Oh dear. Oh man. I hope you did get the showstopper. I feel a bit bad about that now. But at least you've still got this mega bundle. You're still going to get the 6x6 paper pad that Craig's working with there. And if you buy the embellishment, the sparkle embellishment set individually, I mean, you're missing out on the 12x12 and the linen card stuff. But hey, we did say to buy it early, didn't we?
We did.
We did say to buy it early.
We really, really did. So hopefully you got your hands on it. But here we go. Let's build up our front of our stepper here, or the backdrop of the stepper. I've just gone in with one of my nesting dies, well, one of my older shape nesting dies, within this one here. So the primitive flower nesting die that I used. And then what I did do beforehand is with my tacky glue, Ben, I just went round the edge and then just let that just set just for a few moments or two for it to really go tacky and grab. And then I went in with the fairy dust glitter.
Yeah.
Then what we're going to do is let's go in with our black cardstock. And for this one, let's also go in, let's just use our mini to cut the speed. So let's go in with, so I need my die. Where's my dancing couple? Let's find it. Did have it, here we go. And then what I've also got is I've got my clear sparkle overlay, Ben, because I think that works really well with this collection.
Yeah.
Any of your sparkle pens, but certainly the couple, the prince and princess.
My favourite comment of the day is just coming from Hadassah, who says, "My word, what a day. Craig has glitter underneath his eye, and everyone has gone Mahoney on the paper pads." That is a way to describe it.
Isn't it? Yeah.
You've all had a Mahoney.
You all had a Mahoney, I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Gee whiz.
But I had glitter on my beard this morning, didn't I?
I think, to be fair, look at me a second. Look at me. Oh, you've got some by your eye here as well. You look very pretty over there.
Yeah?
Very pretty. Oh. I had it falling out of my hair earlier on as well, didn't I? And
is that what you call it?
Just turn your face to the side. Other way. Other way. Other way. Yeah, you just got a bit of sparkle around his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might go into Durham tonight then. I'm going to my bed. It's been a busy couple of days. I'm knackered.
You've been busy. You've been up and down highways and byways, haven't you?
I have, yeah. Been at the NEC in Birmingham, and then at Hobby Maker for a couple of days as well, up and down the motorway.
Did I read correctly that to keep you going last night on the trip back, you managed to not down, but you chomped through, was it 20 chicken nuggets?
A box of 20 chicken nuggets.
He had 20 chicken nuggets on his own.
Yeah, yeah.
That's some going, that.
Yeah, that was... Obviously, do not eat and drive at the same time.
No.
But if you do, they're easy to eat while you're driving.
Well, so, yeah, better than like eating chicken off a bone. I mean,
well, yeah, doesn't kind of work, does it?
No.
So yes, I was absolutely starving when I left the studios last night. It wasn't until about 8:30, and you wasn't going to get home until about the back of midnight, half midnight. And I thought, oh, that's it, just going to go in. So stopped at the Golden Arches. Well, I tend to do it anyway whenever I leave Hobby Maker.
Yeah.
That's my thing now. I stop at McDonald's, get a load of chicken nuggets, Coke, put the music on loud, and just munch away, driving safely. So look at this. What I've done here is I've gone in with a clear sparkle overlay.
Yeah.
And then just coloured over the black.
Beautiful.
So we've got that sparkle. And your sparkle overlay really does complement that fairy dust because you get that AB effect, the Aurora Borealis effect. And then I'm just going to pop that one into there. And then what I've already done, Ben, is I've already gone in with the carriage.
Yeah.
And whereas I was saying earlier on, I've kept the die in place, and then through the actual detail of the die, I've inked through using the pigment ink pad. So you can see that you've got that little bit of that pearl glimmer popping through. So let's go in. I'm going to use, I know they're still out of stock at the moment, but we're going to go in with our dotty tape runner, just to stick that one to here. And then what I'm also going to do is I've already started to chop a few of these up. So let's go in, and these are all on their own adhesive strip. So all that you need to do is just start to pop them into position.
I know you're halfway through a sentence, but you know, like the full size of these, would you, where would you use one in full, for example, on like a...
I never would.
You wouldn't? You'd always snip into them, would you?
I never would. If you were to, maybe on a 5x7 card or a slimline DL card, but for me, I would... It's not that it's a waste, but using one on... I don't love anyone enough to actually use a full swirl of gems on one card.
Well, not even me?
So, no, not even you.
Wow. You heard it here first, ladies and gents.
So I would always snip them up to get more use out of them. But that being said, if you did want to use them all, then maybe 4x6 card, 5x7 card, something along the lines, then of course you can then start to use it on. Yeah. But let's just go in. So I'm going to go in. So we've got, so there's already, Ben, from that one, and I've not even used all of it. There's 1, 2, 3, and now there's 4 bits that I've got out, and I still have other parts of it that I could be using. So it just extends it that little bit more. Then we can go in, let's go in with our foam here, run out of larger pads. That can go up into here. I can see that I've got glitter on my nose as well. I can just see it twinkling away.
Glitter everywhere.
Glitter everywhere. There we go. I'm just going to tuck. Yeah, that's fine because you can still see that. And then what we've done, there's my bow. Let's bring in my bow. I'm going to put that into here. Let's bring that to there. I'm going to press that in. And then there we go.
That's beautiful.
We've got our stepper cutting out.
Whoop.
The only thing.
It's because it's the glass mat, isn't it?
Yeah, the glass mat. If it does do that as well, just make sure that you've got a really good burnish. That's going to help. And then there we go, bringing that one up now. So there's your stepper card. So if I turn it to the side, just so that you can see how it looks from the side. And then there you go.
Amazing. I love that, and a really, again, clever way of using the dancing couple there with a bit of sparkle to create that wonderful silhouette effect. Miriam says the paper always sells out first. I know, but we thought because there was so much, we didn't need to keep an eye on it. We're bad. Love the card, Craig, says Louise. Catherine Ditch. Susie, a few of you chatting about the MIDI, which I received earlier on from Leanne, my very own limited edition of one, Ben's brand new MIDI that Leanne had. I haven't got it in here, it's in the green room, but you'll see it. Christine screenshot at the moment. Leanne surprised me with my own MIDI, which says Ben Moseby's Gemini MIDI, simplicity without electricity on it. And I was so super chuffed about it. And Lynn's just been saying, I've been in and out today. Did anyone ask Craig if he knows Ben got a new MIDI? He was on the show. I was on the show? Yeah.
I was on the show.
I'm wondering, he's probably going to want it. He's probably going to want it back at some point, but...
Maybe.
We'll see. CCT saying, that is awesome. So is Ben going to give Craig his MIDI back, or is he keeping both? Well, I kind of thought, I'd have my limited edition MIDI for me, and then, the other MIDI, Daisy likes to use that, so we'll have to see, won't we? Wouldn't
Daisy
take it off
card
Daisy,
again.
would you?
Pull the daisy card.
What a beautiful card, says Jessica Stricker. I tell you what, talking of beautiful cards, shall we, at this point, get the vote going for demo of the show? And then we'll have to do the demo of the day. So, Craig, recap us, please, on everything that you've made.
Rightio. So, I've got quite a few in-depth cards this evening. So, number 1, we've got is our pop-up.
Yeah.
Number 2, we've gone in with our kind of theatre card, diorama card, so that's number 2. And then number 3, we've gone in with our stepper card that you can see here. So 1, 2 and 3, you can see that there.
There we go. 1, 2 or 3. Get your votes in on that, and we will announce the result on that very, very shortly indeed. Beautiful, says Malia. Robin Periso just saying, so glad that I watched the show earlier. I was able to get the showstopper and the extra paper pack. So excited to get it. If you do want to get the mega bundle on its own, it is still available, but stock is now dwindling. You're basically going to get everything that we showed you in the mega bundle, minus the 12x12 paper pad and your linen card stock. And you're not going to get the embellishments in there. You can buy those separately. So just to very quickly show you, let's show you very quickly. So the mega bundle on its own is all of these goodies. All right, so you're going to get the 6x6 paper pad included. Again, 36 double-sided sheets within here. So, yeah, I feel bad that you can't now get the 12x12, but this is the next best thing, of course. And again, this is still available individually if you want to stock up on that. But some beautiful designs right across the board here. Double-sided, stunning designs on here. And it is, again, one of those things, the more you kind of look through here, the more you will see in the depth and the detail. I didn't realise, and as we talked about earlier on, that's beautiful, the forefront, but then when you flip that around and look at the back there, like Craig was saying, look at that, you've got that Once Upon a Time in here. There's another one of the B tracks in here that's got the Happily Ever After, but you're going to love looking in and delving into that paper pad because it is absolutely gorgeous.
That's your disco days, isn't it? Your DJ days.
B tracks. A tracks and B tracks.
Yeah, remember them.
You always used to have that, didn't you? Hey?
On cassettes, I remember them as well. Flip them around.
Yeah, and now and again you'd get someone who released like a double A side, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they'd always think like the 2 songs on the cassette or the... Did you have single CDs?
Yeah.
You did, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. See, they went, it's double A side because they're both as good. And that's what you've got here. Not a B track, double A side. Oh, by the way, just before I go through the rest of this, shall we do the winner of the demo of the show? That was a quick one. He's lining them up. What do you reckon it is?
Number 1.
No.
No, number 2.
It's number 2.
Way.
So
I shall bring that across.
Thank you. Let's get the vote ready for the demo of the show. Day. You said the wrong thing and I just copied you. Is that the one that won this morning?
Is that the one that won? Is that the one that won this morning? What's up with that?
It's that one. So this is number 1. Did that win? That won earlier.
That won this morning.
Yeah, it did, George. You didn't win.
It did, George.
George went. That didn't win. That's number 1.
Oh,
Seems like yesterday, that, doesn't it? That's 1. Number 2 is Sarah's... Pardon? What did you say?
You said number 2.
Oh, number 2. Number 2 is Sarah's amazing, beautiful box card using so many elements from that collection. That was from the launch. That's number 2. And number 3 is this one here, which you've just voted for as your demo of the show. So 1, 2, or 3. I'll tell you what, let's give you a couple of minutes on that and I'll just quickly take you through this mega bundle and I think then we'll probably be just about done. So the mega bundle, showing you the 6x6 paper pad you're going to get. You're then also going to get the Happily Ever After couple. You're also going to get the little carriage, which is your fairy tale carriage. Then the embossing folders. These are stunning. You've got that beautiful glass slipper in there. Again, if you want more inspiration with that, then check back on the show that we did this morning and this afternoon as well. Sarah made a beautiful bag using that, just embossing it and then using some of the ink pads that you're getting with this collection and doing a bit of watercolouring with them. It looked absolutely beautiful. This very Beauty and the Beast-esque, but again, a really wonderful embossing folder that comes within the mega bundle. George is singing that again. If I ever hear that song again, I've heard it so many times today. She's going, tale as old as time. Then you've got your fairy tale kingdom, that beautiful fairy palace there, the princess palace with the princess herself, just lost her shoe. But you can use the dies within that collection again to cut out all of the stamps. This is a lovely set as well, that beautiful little fairy. She is called Make-A-Wish. So again, you can die cut her out and then use all of the stamps there to create the swirls from her wand. You've got two lovely sentiments in there as well. You've got Make-A-Wish and May all your dreams come true. I really like this as well because you can make some really cute, cool little backgrounds with those. If you multi-stamp them out, I think they would look marvellous. Then you've got the Everyday is a Fairy Tale, the one that we thought was selling at the bundle, but it wasn't. It was the paper pads. What do you like, you lot? Seriously. That's got a whole host of different sentiments on it. And again, obviously you're going to work wonderfully with this collection, but when you see things like have a magical day on there, have an enchanting day, things that you can use outside of this bundle too. Then you've got your fabulous fountain. That again is a stunning, stunning die, which I think is one of the best in this collection. You've got your detail inner die, your create a card die, and then you've got that beautiful outer die as well. Again, go back to launch from earlier on. You'll see Sarah creating a really, really beautiful card with that, just using the foam roller on the back to create. It was like a shaker card, but she filled it up to make it look like the glitter was the water coming down the fountain. You've got the elegant archway in there as well. That one you've seen Craig use during this show. The beautiful ditzy blooms in there too, which again are going to be super useful across a whole host of different collections. The princess silhouette, again, watch Craig from Wake Up Call, watch Sarah from the launch show for inspiration with that one. And that is everything alongside, no it isn't at all. You've also got this stamp and die set here. You've also got your Once Upon a Time die there. And you get your pearl ink pads as well, and there's 4 colours, your Magic Potion, your Enchanted Forest, you've got your Fairy Wings, and your Princess Sparkle in there too. That's the mega bundle for $78.40 or $100. If you want to buy the sparkle embellishments individually, have we got the details for that? The sparkle embellishments. How did you get there?
Just wave my wand.
Magic. The Sparkle Embellishments bundle on its own is available for £12 or $16, where you will get your fairy dust, that beautiful iridescent glitter. You'll get your
swirls.
Swaddles. Or they're upside down swaddles.
Are they?
Yeah, that way is the right way.
It could be anyway, really.
Could be any way you want. And then you've got your organza ribbon in there too. Right, demo of the day.
It's definitely Sarah anyway.
Do you not want me to do the big, like, you know, the big build-up and that, or not?
Yeah.
Should I just do it? So I just say what it is?
No, do the build-up.
Okay. The winner of Demo of the Day.
Yeah, knew it.
Sarah.
Knew it.
There's Sarah's card. That is a nice, really nice card.
Really nice.
She's hoping that one's going to get her Demo of the Week. But we'll have to see. And then if it does, Demo of the Month is going to be a tricky
going to be a
Sunday.
Trucky one.
A trucky one.
It's going to be a trucky one.
It's going to be trucky. Are you in on Sunday?
No, not this weekend. I'm in all next weekend.
You got one up there, haven't you, as well?
I have.
You, Debbie Robinson, Leanne, potentially Sarah.
I won. Yeah, with a notelet set just for you. So we're part of a craft along from 2 weeks ago. You'll be able to go back and watch that again if you want.
Thanks for a fab day.
No, thank you. I've really enjoyed it.
Me too.
We've not worked together for quite a wee while.
No.
So it was lovely just to be back with you again.
What are you doing tomorrow?
So tomorrow I'm back. I'm going to be, well, technically this side, but we're going to be in another studio because, of course, Sarah's got QVC UK. I'm going to be back with Jan again. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love working with Jan.
Nana Jan.
We're going to be having a look. We've got a craft vault. Yeah, we've got a craft vault. We're going to be having a look at that as well. So we've got a sales special within that one there. Wake up call again. We'll have a look at a few items. But yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow. Just the 2 shows because...
Oh yeah, tomorrow we've got our HSN preview show tomorrow, 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern. Don't know what I'm doing that. It's right in front of me. 11 a.m. Pacific. It's me and Sarah for 2 hours previewing everything that's coming up on Craft Day, which is next week.
Yeah.
The team are flying over, aren't they?
Yeah, they are indeed. Yeah, they're flying over. That is why, going back to what we were talking about earlier on, that's why I'm going to be on QVC UK the following week, because Sarah's going to be stateside as well. So yeah, so a week on Monday, a week today, I'll have done my 10-15 minute slot on the morning show on QVC UK. And then, no, what's today?
Tuesday.
This is Tuesday, yeah, I'm all the way. No, so it's on Monday, I've got my 10-15 minute slot, and then a week tomorrow, I've got my full hour, so it's going to be in Crafting with Sarah Davies hour, myself, QVC UK, which is unreal because, yeah, Sarah and the team will be across. Nicola's going across this time with Sarah.
She is.
She's really looking forward to it.
I know we're nearly finished here. Can the US viewers get QVC UK to watch or not?
Of course you can, yeah. Like anything nowadays, same with Hobby Maker as well, just go into the website. You know, QVC UK is on their website, qvcuk.com. Hobby Maker is hobbymaker.co.uk. They're both on YouTube as well. So yeah, just like we can't buy from you guys stateside in HSN, you can't buy, but we can still watch, because I watch HSN when Sarah and the team are on. So yeah, absolutely.
Hey, listen, thanks for a fab day. Thank you to Chloe. Thank you also to Rachel.
Thank you,
to Susie as well. I lose track. The days just melt into one. But thank you to our amazing social superstars. Thank you to you.
No, thank you to you.
No, thank you to you. Thank you to Sarah. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to Nicola. Thank you to Jamie. Thank you to George. He'll see you tomorrow morning with Jan. Well, you get to spin the wheel tomorrow.
I do, yeah. He'll see you later on in the day tomorrow. Not on Crafters TV. It'll be on Crafters Companion USA page on YouTube.
It will be. And have a brilliant rest of your Tuesday.
Absolutely. I'm going to bed. Bye.